So I'm seeing these outlandish predictions for XRP, XRP to 10,000, XRP even to 100. Now, what you need to know, if you don't already know this, is that those predictions are outlandish, and you should not take seriously the people making those videos. They're either lying directly to your face or they have no idea what they're talking about. It's just not possible for XRP realistically to hit anything close to $10,000 a coin. Now, why is that? If you do not know this information, this information is very valuable, and it'll really help you. It's about tokenomics. XRP happens to have dismal tokenomics. Now, full disclosure, I have my own bag of XRP that I bought a long time ago, and the theory being that there was a good chance that they were going to win their lawsuit with the SEC, and I held on. I bought a bag then thinking that the price would spike when they did. And sure enough, the price did spike a little, went up to something like 70 cents when they won their lawsuit, which wasn't good enough. So I'm still holding my SEC, but I have a realistic outlook. I don't think it's actually going to do all that well long term, but I'm not selling it. It's down a little bit today. I think it went back down to 50 cents. So when they won their lawsuit, it spiked up to something like 70 cents. I didn't sell. That wasn't good enough for me. I'm holding it out for something like $2 a coin. That's my best case scenario. Maybe if everything starts breaking XRP's way, $5 a coin at the most. Now, why is it never going to $10,000 a coin? It's about tokenomics. Now, this is important information. It's not hard to get this information. You put XRP into CoinMarketCap, and you can see that the total circulating supply right now is 50 billion. That means there are 50 billion XRP coins in circulation right now. That's how they get their market cap. The price of the coin plus the circulating supply. But here's the big caveat but, why it ain't never going to no $10,000. The total supply is 100 billion. That means there is 50 billion XRP coins waiting in the wings. Now, it's pretty easy to find out who's holding those coins and how those coins are divvied up. It's probably some stuff like VCs, could be, individual investors. It could be some hasn't been mined yet. You can find out that information if you need to. I didn't bother in the case of XRP. Why? Because I don't really need to know that. It's just enough to know that there's 100 billion total market cap, which means there are 100 billion coins waiting. Eventually, there's going to be 100 billion coins in circulation. And of those 100 billion coins, 50 billion are only in circulation now, which means there's 50 billion coins waiting in the wings. So realistically, if it spikes up to $3 a coin, people are going to whoever owns those coins are going to start selling into that, and will bring the price back down again. But it's also never getting past $100 a coin is possibly the most, even in the best case scenario, the most rosiest optimistic outlooks for XRP. So I'm looking to sell it at $2 a coin. And for me, looking at maybe if everything starts breaking its way. Now, there's some rumors about XRP. The other thing to complicate things for XRP is that it hasn't grown in use case in years. It's been very flat in terms of how much it's being used. There are rumors that they're going to be involved with CDC coins, and they're going to be involved with central banks. And there's a lot of rumors of good things to come. That's why I haven't sold. But realistically, with 100 billion total coins, okay, you're talking about $5, $10 at the absolute limit. At the absolute limit. Doubtful it could ever go higher than that. So I would be looking to sell my XRPs at $2 and potentially $5 if everything starts looking like it's really breaking its way and going really well for it. But there ain't no way on earth it's ever getting to $10,000. That's not even close to realistic. So who's ever giving you that information, they're probably just lying to you directly. They put the headline on there to clickbait, or they just don't know what they're talking about. I mean, it's not that complicated. You just do the math. There are 100 billion coins in circulation, goes up to $2 a coin. That's a 200 billion market cap. That's pretty hefty right there. That's pretty big. Things would have to be breaking its way for a long period of time to even get to that. It could happen. I'm not saying it's completely out of the realm of possibilities, but it's going to have competition in terms of payments. as a payment token. It's going to have a lot of competition. And realistically, though, you've got to look at the tokenomics, because things can't mathematically, just some things that are being predicted out there on YouTube are just not even possible. Never mind not plausible, never mind, So I don't know what they're trying to do, if they're trying to mislead you or what. Now, with XRP, I don't recommend you buy it, actually. This is not financial advice, but I just don't foresee anything really exciting happen to it anytime soon. I was holding it for the time where it won its court case. And it won its court case, and I was looking for a spike up to like $2, and it only spiked up to 75 cents, which wasn't really good enough. Now, I don't have a lot of it, but I have a decent amount enough, and I'm waiting for some sort of price movement that makes the holding legit. So $2 or potentially $5. Other than that, and by the way, the SEC has, so that now the SEC filed for an appeal, and apparently they got the appeal, so now they're going to be tied up in court for another year, 2 years, something like that. So the whole thing starts all over again. Is it a good investment? No, probably not. Realistically, probably not. I mean, I wouldn't say stay away from it. If you have it, I would say hold. If you have it, hold. That's what I'm doing. The only reason why I thought it was potentially a good investment a couple of years back when I bought it was that, I had I made a reasonable inference that they had a really good shot of winning the lawsuit, and I figured that the coin would spike. Had I known it was only going to spike up 25%, I wouldn't have bothered. I was looking for something like a 2x, 3x at least, make it worth your while, because crypto is volatile. Crypto is high risk, high reward, and all crypto is high risk, high reward. There's no such thing as low risk in crypto, as these past couple of days have taught us. Even Bitcoin to some degree. I mean, Bitcoin isn't risky in the long term. If you're holding Bitcoin for the long term, it's as safe as asset as you're going to find anywhere on earth. I mean, 70% of the people who have purchased Bitcoin, you can go look this stat up. This stat will blow your mind, because this tells you everything you know about Bitcoin. 70% of the people who own Bitcoin have never sold it and are never going to sell it, which means it's eventually going to just, law of supply and demand. Eventually there's going to be supply shocks to the upside, period, because there's a limited amount. Tokenomics of Bitcoin are excellent. Tokenomics is a big part of this. It is really hard for a coin to outperform poor tokenomics. Why? Because it means there's coins waiting in the wings to be sold off if it starts doing well. And, that's just going to bring the price back down again. That's the point. So just simple supply and demand. It can have the best use case in the world. If there are too many coins out there in circulation, then that's too big of a supply. It's just that simple. And if there are coins out there in circulation that are being held that aren't circulating yet, even worse. Why? Because that means there's a big supply out there that hasn't hit the market, and it's just waiting. So let's say in the best case scenario for something like XRP with 100 billion market cap. Now, I didn't research who owns that. I'm assuming a huge chunk of it is VCs, early adopters, things like that, people they sent. But let's just say that XRP has a nice run. It goes up to $3 a coin. There will be a huge sell-off of all those people holding the 50 billion coins outstanding that haven't hit the marketplace yet. They're going to start to hit the marketplace and bring that price right back down to where it started. That's the problem. That's why you always have to check the tokenomics. You don't have to research it, spend hours on it. Just take a quick look at what the most important metrics there, how many coins total are going to be in circulation, and what's the circulating supply. Because if there are too many coins outstanding, that means it's going to be really hard for that coin to perform well in the short, long term at all. Because you've got to take into account all the coins that haven't hit the market yet, and figure those are eventually going to be selling pressure on that coin from the supply outstanding. It's just inevitable. That's how it works. If Apple Computers, it could be the best company in the whole world, could be the best project in the whole world. If Apple Computer had 100 billion Apple shares outstanding that nobody waiting to hit the market, that would put downward sell pressure on Apple Computers. I'd say hold off on buying Apple. Why? Because there's a whole bunch of shares out there that haven't hit the market yet. And that's going to limit the upside. It's just that simple. Basic economics. So As far as XRP goes, I say if you own it, hold it. I'm waiting on $2 a coin, $5 a coin at the absolute limit of my optimistic scenario. But realistically, I don't think it's going to do anything. I would not suggest buying it. Realistically, I don't think it's anything worth. I don't think it's that good of a buy in the short, long term at all. I was looking for that victory in the court case. I thought it was going to be a nice little, a really good run up on the coin, like 2-3x, make it worth my time, my risk. 25% run up in crypto, that's not even worth it. That's not even worth thinking about. Crypto is different than regular stocks. Regular stocks, I might take a 20% run up and go, okay, fine, made some money on that. But in crypto, no, I'm looking for a 2 or 3x or never mind. So there you have it, kids. Hold, and don't go near it if you don't own it. Don't go near it if you don't own it. Why? It's not worth your time. There's much better opportunities out there. Much, much, much better opportunities than XRP. So there you have it, kids, straight from the horse's mouth.